Right, welcome back guys to another video, and what we've got for you today is, as you can see behind me, it's a diesel, but I got offered this Ford Mondeo Titanium X Sport, so it's the top of the range one, and I didn't really think twice about it purely because I've had a few of these in the past and I really think they are a fantastic car. So yeah, we've got this Titanium X Sport 2-litre diesel today. So I hope you enjoy the video guys, and subscribe to our YouTube channel Performance Lifestyles. We're on Instagram as well, Performance_Lifestyles, and we're on Facebook as well, Performance Lifestyles. And as per usual guys, if you'd like your car featured on the channel, drop us an email, pflifestyle@hotmail.com, and we will be more than happy to accommodate. The email is at the bottom of the screen and it will be in the description as usual. But like I said, today we've got a Titanium X Sport Ford Mondeo. So yeah, we'll go for a little walk around the car and then we'll go for a drive, the usual routine, and yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video guys. Check you outside the car. So here it is, the Mark 4 Ford Mondeo Titanium X Sport. And like I said, this is the 2-litre variant and it's a diesel. You get these in a 2.2 as well, and you get them in a 2.5 turbo, I think, petrol. But yeah, and with it being a Titanium X Sport, I think they look so aggressive on the front end. It's that splitter on the bottom of the bumper, the big mouth grille sort of thing, and LED DRLs over here, and obviously your fog lights here. They've just got this aggressive looking front end on them, I personally think. And it is just that bumper, because I think the standard ones, they don't quite look all that good. So a Titanium X Sport actually stands out like a sore thumb above a normal Mondeo. I can't even pronounce the word today. So yeah, and I think these cars, like I said, I think they're great cars. I've had 2 or 3 of these over the years myself, so hence why when I got offered this car, I had to take up the opportunity to video. And these 19-inch wheels, side skirts, and I think the whole package is just actually very, very good. There's not really a massive amount to talk about these things on the outside, but yeah, they've got these little fake grills here. I'm sure they're fake, yes they are. Aesthetic sort of thing. Mirrors on the indicators, not on the wings. And again, like I said, these side skirts, they stick up all the way up here and all the way down to there. And again, chrome trim around the windows, which I think it suits one of these cars. They're not a sports car, they're not a performance car, so I think they look quite all right on these things. But yeah, and the back end, again, they've got the splitter on the back, this diffuser thing with a cutout on this side for an exhaust, but the exhaust is over there, which is pointing to the ground, which majority of times indicates it's a diesel. The rear lights, they've got this like a honeycomb sort of thing going on the inside, makes them look quite snazzy. And again, Titanium X badge, Mondeo and Ford, and you know, the usual stuff. So yeah, like I said there, it's actually a very nice, smart looking car, to be fair, in all honesty, and with plenty of space. If you're in the market for a car, an economical, reliable sort of car, family sort of car with plenty of space, then a Mondeo is probably an ideal contender. And again, they're not, you're not paying 15,000 to 20,000 pounds for one as well. So something like this, you're talking what, 62 plate, so it's what, 10 years old. You could pick them up for anything, 7,000 pounds. This one's a low mileage one, so it's worth a little bit more, but you can, generally speaking, you can pick them up for, you know, 7,000 pounds. These were, when I had a few of these, they were only 4-5 grand cars, but now obviously with the car price increase over the last few years, they've last year, they've gone up quite a bit, but still, they're still a very good, perfect, practical family car. So onto the inside, this is where actually these are far better than a lot of their competitors. You've got this black half leather interior with Alcantara suede on the inside, and it's got red stitching. So it's got red stitching going all over the place, to be fair, and it's actually quite a nice sort of feature. Black seat belts, you've got red stitching on the handbrake, sorry, on the armrest, not the handbrake, and again, red stitching on the gear gaiter and the steering wheel. So this red and black theme seems to be doing quite well over here. And the good thing about these, what I really like about these, is the actual console is a bit of a screen in the middle, a bit of a virtual thing going on. It's not obviously a full-on virtual cockpit like you get in the Audis or the VWs or any of the other cars for that matter, but I think it's quite a nice touch. It's a nice sort of feature. And again, these come with automatic headlights, front and rear fog lights. 4 electric windows, folding mirrors. This one's actually got the optional satellite navigation. It's got the rear camera as well, and they come with a push button start. So I believe it's not a keyless entry car, so you got to unlock it with the key, with the remote, and then you've just got a push button start thing going on over here. So it's quite a nice thing. So once you've unlocked the car, keep the keys in your pocket, press the power button, and I think that's what it's actually called, the Ford power button. So you press that and it fires up. And another good thing about this car is you probably won't be able to see it from here, but it's got Ford's quick clear heated sort of windscreen. So there's like really fine zigzag lines all over the windscreen, and it's like the heater element on the rear screens that you get on normal cars. But Ford have had these in most of their cars, I believe, on the front windscreen as well. So whereas most people that don't own Fords from this era were standing outside with ice scrapers scraping their cars off in the winter, if you own a Ford of any sort, all you do is jump in your car, press that button, within about 30 to 40 seconds the whole thing's clear. You don't have to do anything, all from the comfort of your seat. This one is the automatic as well, which the Sport Power Shift, Ford Power Shift. I'm not a big massive fan of the Power Shift gearbox. It is a good gearbox, does what it's supposed to do, but I just think they're a bit slow and a bit sluggish. But again, it's a diesel car. They weren't designed to actually perform like your DCTs or your DSGs, so they're nowhere near comparable. But I think they're still a decent thing. If you're a bit lazy and getting onto my age, I think you generally tend to want to have something automatic. Yeah, they serve the purpose just fine. And again, another feature with this car, with it being a titanium X Sport, it's got obviously little cup holders here, which stuff in there, but yeah, it's got heated and cooled seats. So you've got this gloss black styling on the center console, and it runs all the way down here, down the armrest, and just near the armrest, should I say. And the dashboard, if you can see it from there, it's like a fake carbon fiber effect trim, which follows on the actual door, the rear doors as well, and obviously on this side as well, it's the same thing. And again, it's actually quite a nice sort of cockpit. The roof lining is light, the rest of the dashboard is quite dark and glossy, sort of dark, so it fits in quite well with the whole theme. Honestly, it's actually a very, very nice car. So if you're looking for a car, like I said before, get yourself a Mondeo, because they are very, very good cars, to be fair. I'll show you actually in the boot, look how spacious the thing is, and you'll know exactly what I mean. So the boot, look at that thing. That thing is massive. Honestly, I mean, that's just like a standard shoebox there, but I mean, look at the size of that. You can easily get 2 nice big pushchairs in there, and about 300 bags of your shopping, if this is what you're going to use it for, or a few bodies in there. And that is actually a very massive boot. And again, if you was to fold the seats down, so these parts go forward and then this bit folds down, and this thing is literally, like I said, it's a minivan. And it's also got its own 12-volt charger port at the back, so if your passengers need to charge something, it's there. Honestly, these are fantastic practical cars. Onto the drive of this Mondeo Titanium X Sport. The first thing you obviously realise when you jump in to drive it is the sheer size of it. It is a big car. It honestly is a very big car. But the thing is, the whole actual drive, the position, the seating, the actual seats are very, very good. They're comfortable. The bolsters actually hold you in nicely. Nothing like Recaros and a fair few of the cars that we've got on the channel. But honestly, I think they're they're a very good seat. They're a good looking seat, and they're a good seat to sit in whilst you're driving. So you can drive one of these cars for hours and hours and hours and not get tired, I'd say. I know my previous ones that I had, I've covered, drives to Scotland in them, and it was a breeze and it was a joy. There was no, sometimes you get out of a car after a long drive and it's like, oh, I've got achy back, or I've got achy this, but no, these cars are very, very good. More onto this power shift, the automatic gearbox. I mean, just driving it along now, the gear change is actually very smooth. It is quiet, it's not rapid, but it's quick enough, I'd say, for a diesel car. It's actually a very smooth sort of car to drive. So, I mean, it's the first time I've driven a automatic Mondeo, because the previous ones that I've had myself have been the manuals, which were a very good car to drive. But yeah, so this is actually not too bad. I'm actually quite impressed by it, to be fair. It's not something that I would have gone out of my way to buy a power shift, you know, automatic Mondeo, but seeing as it's here, it's actually quite a decent car to drive. And again, as a passenger in this car, because I have been a passenger in one of these things, they're a wicked car. Honestly, they're a very good car. There's plenty of space to stretch your legs. There's plenty of space to not get uncomfortable on a bit of a journey. Like I mentioned, you know, I've done many miles in one of these as a driver and passenger, and they are wicked, absolutely wicked cars. The steering wheel feels very connected. They've got that sporty-ish feel to them, and you could tell you're driving on 19-inch wheels with low-profile tires because the suspension is a bit firm. But again, that is just because it's the titanium X Sport. So if you want something a little bit more comfortable, and I'm not saying this car is uncomfortable because it's not, but if you want something a bit more comfortable than even a titanium X or something, I'm sure they're a bit cheaper, and you don't get 19-inch wheels. I believe they come with 18s. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, they come with 18s, and they'll probably be a tad more comfortable, refined to drive, but oh well. An X Sport, I think, looks the part, is one of the best looking ones on the Mondeo range. So for me, it would have to be one of these cars, an X Sport. Yeah. Power wise, this 2-litre diesel engine, turbo diesel engine, it's got 160 odd brake horsepower. So like I mentioned, it's got plenty of power to get you moving and out of a sticky situation as such. And economy wise, again, which is one of the main reasons why people buy a diesel, these cars on paper will average around 40 miles to the gallon around town. For a car that's this big, this size, this heavy, and for that sort of power, I think it's not too bad. And bear in mind, this is a car from yesteryear. No, it's nothing, you know, 2 years old, 3 years old, where they can achieve 60 miles to the gallon around town. But yeah, it'll do 40 miles to the gallon. Combined cycle sort of thing, if I remember correctly from what the stats I read up, is about 50 miles to the gallon, but on a journey they can do 60. And I know I achieved 61 or 62 miles to the gallon in my Mondeo just when I was messing about with it a couple of years back. And I mean, 60 miles to the gallon nowadays will probably still cost you about a month's mortgage payment to drive one of these things, but yeah, they're still very good on fuel. Very good on fuel. And with the rest of the maintenance costs on one of these, servicing isn't going to cost you an arm and a leg. It's a Ford Mondeo diesel, to be fair. Go to an independent garage and you probably get a full service done for like 300 quid or something, which isn't that bad considering when you're getting that sort of economy, that sort of running cost, and most importantly, when you're driving it every day, it's a nice car to drive. You're getting the practicality, the reliability, and you can't really ask for much more. It's got a decent spec to it. Like I mentioned, satellite navigation, which is touchscreen, rear camera, front and rear parking sensors, heated front screen, which is a must-have in certain conditions, electric windows, and I believe heated and cooled seats. Can't forget the heated and cooled seats. I can feel a bit of a breeze on my ass from this seat at the moment. It's on the third setting. So it's actually a very good sort of car. And this sort of car, if you were looking at a German equivalent, a rival, you'd be looking to pay probably double the amount of money, which is quite a lot, to be fair, for a 10-year-old car. But again, if you're not much of a badge snob and you just settle with one of these are actually very good cars. I like them. I actually really like them. Hence why when this one popped up, I got offered this car, I thought, you know what? Yes, let's do it, because I quite like them. After driving one of these, owning one or two of these over the years, I think they're very good. Now, after the heat wave we've had recently, and the heavens have opened up now, and I think I've covered everything on this car as well, so I'm going to conclude the video now. I hope you've enjoyed the brief, quick, short video on this Mondeo Titanium X Sport. And yeah, like usual guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Performance Lifestyles. Check us out on Instagram, performance_lifestyles, and we're on Facebook as well, Performance Lifestyles. And if you'd like your car featured on the channel, regardless of what it is, drop us an email, pflifestyle@hotmail.com, and we will be more than happy to accommodate and get your car on the channel. But as usual guys, stay safe, and hopefully we will catch you on the next video.